Well, we've got to do Pilkington, haven't we?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, we should explain this, I think.
Well, it's Carl's new idea for a TV show. He wants to do a TV show called Do We Need Him, where he goes round and he talks to experts like David Attenborough, David Bellamy, maybe Lenny Henry doing David Bellamy.
Right, yeah.
If he can't get the real one. And he just picks on an animal that he doesn't really like, doesn't think you need him, and an expert will tell him, if we do, this is the first instalment.
Let me put a song on, right? Now we've got him, and then I can set it up and stuff and tell, you know, we could
explain it fully.
Explain it and that.
Let's do a classic. Let's do a big stomp in one of the best Christmas songs of all time, shall we?
What are you thinking?
Fairy Tale in New York.
Excellent. Oh, it's always my
Home, featuring Christian McCall on XFM 104.9, the Christmas edition.
Indeed.
Next week, we've had loads of suggestions, Carl, for your best bits. It's basically all your best bits. Me and Steve are largely irrelevant in the voting.
Yeah.
So, you can compile your best bits next week, and they'll be loving it. We've had a request for the little Chinese fella in his pants, a horse in the house, cutting your hair on the railway station.
If you haven't heard those stories, what does that mean? The little China one in your pants, you've got to be tuning in next week to find out what that is.
The only thing is, the older horse in the house was in the last best of.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't stop. What's his name? If you're one of those people that want to see these clips again, tune in.
Oh, it'll be alright. Christmas.
It'll be alright on the night 84.
Yeah.
Someone kill me. I think I'm gonna live forever.
It's like we said before, who goes to the recording of one of those? There's always people in the audience.
Yeah.
Aren't there?
That'd be great. Tickets for it'll be alright on the night.
And they laugh at his jokes, but I mean, I don't know what
think
the
how
jokes
many
are.
takes it, you know, I mean, how long it takes to record that. The show's about 3 hours, so the recording must be about 9.
Have you ever seen Kirsty's home videos on Sky One?
I think so. It's
Kirsty Gallagher.
Dogs falling down slides.
It's like you've been framed, but
falling over in a wedding.
It's got audience laughter. But I'm assuming it can't be a real audience. I'm assuming it must be like
no, they've just lifted it from the Flintstones.
Yeah.
They laughed from the Flintstones.
A lot of people forget that the Flintstones had an audience. If you watch the Flintstones, there's laughter when Fred does something funny.
Yeah.
The idea of people being shipped in.
But we were talking
watch a cartoon.
I like the idea that some jokes weren't as funny as others. Like the director going, "We'll put a laugh on that," and the producer going, "It's not as funny." I think Dino should not as funny.
Dino should get a round of applause every time he comes in. Everyone loves him. The kids love him.
We're making it up.
Yeah, and Barney getting disgruntled because his jokes never get decent.
Yeah, he's like Wise.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like early Wise.
Okay,
Anyway,
Carl, here we go. It's an exciting feature that I think will be picked up by Channel 5. It's going to be Carl Pilkington, Do We Need Him? Where Carl goes around checking out animals with top experts, asking whether we need them in the world.
Yeah. So, this is the first one. We won't do it next week, but I'm already sorting out the contact. We will be looking at octopus, because they're a bit weird. Okay. So that's what you got to look forward to in 20,
Again, if you have an animal that you feel is unnecessary in the world, then email us, and I'm sure Carl will investigate for you.
Well, the other thing as well, whilst we're on to that, I want to sort of have a bit of research with me, so when I speak to the bloke or the woman about the octopus, right, I want,
you want to be armed with the facts?
Well, sort of response from listeners, so I can say, well, 70% of XFM listeners said we should get rid of them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like Jon Snow does on Channel 4 when he does all, politics stuff. So, if you agree with me, just send an email saying yes.
Well, so yes, we should get rid of them.
Yes, yeah. Or
yes, get rid of them. Because the house believes always we should get rid of these animals. You're picking animals you want to get rid of. So yes is, get rid of them. No is, don't get rid of them.
Well, and not no, it's Noah, because they go on the Ark. The ones we keep go on the Ark.
That element I'd completely forgotten about, and I think that's a wise move, because I don't think that's working. I don't think you've thought through the whole Noah. So that's just complicating the show, I think.
So yes, we get rid of them. Noah, they're saved on the Ark.
Yeah.
Right, okay, right, so here we go then, jellyfish.
So today we're looking at jellyfish in Pilkington. I'm talking to Vicky, who works in an aquarium in Anglesey, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Right, brilliant. Today we want to find out if we really need jellyfish. I've got a bit of a problem with them anyway, because I've been stung by one, and I've done a little bit of research into them, So I'll tell you what I know about them.
Okay.
You know, you might learn some stuff from me.
Oh, well, you never know.
And if I'm talking nonsense, just tell me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. So first of all, they don't have eyes, do they?
No, they don't.
Right. So I'm right with that. No lungs.
No lungs.
They haven't got a heart.
No hearts, heartless.
And they're made up of like 97% water.
Yes, they are.
So they're pretty useless, really.
Well, they have got a nervous system. They're actually about 650 million years old, so they've evolved and they've outlived the dinosaurs, and they're even older than the sharks, and they can even outfox us, because NASA scientists have worked with them to try and work out how they operate in weightlessness, and they still don't know how they do that. Took them into space actually to figure out how they did that.
Seems like a bit of a waste of money, but do you know Port Maddock? I used to go there a lot for my holidays, and there used to be a load of them washed up on the beach. People on motorbikes used to go over them and stuff.
Yeah. So, well, we get the moon jellyfish. That's the ones with they've got pink bits in the middle.
Yeah,
that's their reproductive bodies.
I think that was them. I think they're the ones that went over on the bike because you could see pink bits. What do they do? If the jellyfish went, would we have a problem on our hands, do you think?
Okay. You might have a bit of a knock-on effect, because things like turtles eat jellyfish.
Yeah, but do we need turtles?
Well, don't forget that when you take out something from the marine system, something normally feeds on. I mean, they're not just there for the fun of it. Something either feeds on it or feeds on what they excrete.
What you're saying is they exist to sort of feed others and also to eat some stuff that's in the sea.
They control the population of other fish and species that might otherwise be a problem. Okay,
well, let's kind of wrap this up, right? The question that I'm asking today is, do we need them? Say if Noah had his ark, right? You've swum and got on the boat, you're alright, you're safe, he's going to keep you to sort of populate the world as well. Right, so it's you and him. He's not a bad-looking fella, so you're happy.
Yeah.
He says to you, Vicky, do we need him?
Absolutely.
I don't even know why she even gave you that interview. When you start off with, trying to find out if I need you, but what did you tell her to get her to talk to you?
Just said I'm doing some research on stuff.
Did she think you were a schoolboy or something?
No, she just said, oh, alright. She said, how long will it go on? I said, not long, just like 5 minutes, have a quick chat. And she was loved it, didn't she? She sounded happy to take part in that.
So, the fact that you've got an expert, and you suggest that she's going to be having sex with Noah. He's a good looking fellow, so you're happy. She goes, yeah. I mean, I don't know why you stopped there, didn't go into positions or something. I can't believe...
The problem is, really, I didn't get to the bottom of what I wanted to say, because...
Oh, no, you did. That's it. That's done now. That's a pretty good academic work. That's proved,
No, but the turtle thing, when she said, oh, if you get rid of them, the turtles, won't have anything to eat. But when she said that, I mean, I couldn't say it because it would have took her off and confused her. But...
Well, she's a scientist. She's easily confused.
Well, say, like, when Suzanne is working, right... I'm not a very good cook, so I always get, like, an Indian in.
What? To do cooking for you?
So, right, I'll have an Indian. Right, now, say if, for some reason, it closed, I'd get a Chinese. So why don't the turtle just... There's loads of stuff in the sea. But I didn't want to get too heavy on her, but...
It's pretty deep.
Oh, that is genius.
But we'll look at...
But so the fact that she said, yes, you need jellyfish, does that mean that you've changed your... I mean, what I'm saying is, does her answer go? Does that stand?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It does, does it?
It does, yeah. Whatever I get the expert to say, I try and get them in a corner.
Right, you try and, argue them into a corner.
Argue them into a corner, but that time she wasn't having any of it, so we've got to carry on having them.
Yeah.
So in the new year, we'll be looking at octopus.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, great.
Brilliant.
Place and feeder. Christmas.
I think there's
Carl with his Victoria Plum. I want to see a Victoria Plum. I want to know what it is. Does it look like a little gnome?
It's a woman gnome.
A female gnome?
Yeah.
A little gnome.
Well,
And did your mum collect gnomes?
She likes anything gnomes, she likes fairies, she likes, Indians. She collects all that stuff. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what it is.
What do you mean?
You know, like a proper Indian with all the headgear on.
Or a Native American.
American,
She likes anything with them on, like, you know, it can be a fridge magnet, it can be, just anything.
A lot of Native American wisdom is around the fridge magnet, because they think it has special powers of adhesion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you read some of their
great
writings, the great works. Now, it reminds me, talking of gnomes, he said to me in the week, he went, "Oh, did you see that programme on telly last night about dwarves and fellas without legs nicking cars?" And I went, "No." He went, "Oh, it's amazing, right? Because they haven't got legs and that. They scoot along and they can nip into a car like the Dukes of HAZZARD."
Explain more, Carl.
No, you see, I didn't see it, someone else told me about it.
Oh!
That's what I said to you. I said, "Did you see it?" Because I missed it. And it's about these little fellas, who, specialise in car nicking. And the thing I wanted to know is, because this lad who sort of only watched half of it.
Is he like you?
Well, I said, I can understand how it's easy to get in, but then how do you get away? Because you can't reach the pedals.
Yeah.
Can there be two of them?
But presumably he opens the car
but
for
that's
someone
no good,
else.
is it?
What do you mean?
What, so he's steering and he's like, right, press the brake a bit.
And then there's one that's just legs, but without the top half.
I don't understand how this helps them though. Why does this make it easier for them to steal
Because they can
cars?
just get through the window really quickly, like in the Dukes of HAZZARD.
Why?
Because their legs don't get in the way.
Right.
Do they just run? And just...
But what do you mean the window? I mean, what? So someone's driving along.
No, I didn't see it.
And
This is
leaves
why
the
I'm
window
asking
open?
you. I didn't see
Do they
it.
leap in when there's someone still driving the car?
I don't know.
Well, there's too many things left unanswered here. I
Well,
can't go
maybe
over
someone's seen
Christmas
it and they
and
can
not know.
email in. But that's sort of...
This panicked you anyway, I imagine.
I bet you were gutted you missed that programme, weren't you?
Well, I'm interested in stuff like that. Because I like learning.